This is Jen, your Medicare and retirement guide. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something extra special. I presented this at my alma mater at USC, and you guys get it here for free. This is my accumulation of 2 decades worth of experience here in our healthcare system. So without further ado, welcome to US Healthcare Insurance Explained from beginning of life to end of life in 10 minutes. Hope you enjoy. So let's start with childbirth, right? All of us have to be born at some time and somebody has to pay for it. And there are typically 3 different ways that childbirth is paid for. First and foremost, cash. But let's say that you do not have the money to pay for childbirth. So what are 2 additional options that you have when you are born in the hospital? Well, the first one would be Medicaid. So it could be Medicaid or Medi-Cal or the different name according to whatever state that you are in. But usually Medicaid is the state issue insurance. And you typically do see a lot of young people, especially those under the age of 18 or under the age of 26, that qualify for Medicaid. Typically, the history of Medicaid was originally for pregnant women and children. Now, over the years, they've changed the rules a little bit, right? It's now based on income or if you have a permanent disability. And all of this is determined by the state. The third option that you have would be commercial insurance. Now, this is typically, a private insurance policy that you would purchase separately, or it could possibly be offered by your employer. And usually these companies offer different products, a large range of products, ranging from HMOs, PPO plans, and EPO plans. Now, these are the 2 types of insurances that you can start with when you are first born in the United States. So afterwards, when you are now, let's say, over the age of 18, you have a job, or you're 26 years old, you can still be on Medicaid, or you can still be on your parents' insurance until, like I said, the age of 26. But as you age older, you can start going about seeing what other policies you can qualify for as you age, depending on your social determinants of health or how well you're doing, financially, or what happens if you lose your job. So other plans that I want to give a shout out to would be special mentions over here. So this would be things like COBRA insurance, which is a federal insurance plan typically given to those who have lost their jobs and they came from commercial insurance, but they don't want to lose their coverage. So you do have an opportunity to sign up for COBRA if you do lose your job. The other method of getting insurance would be the ACA, the Affordable Care Act. Usually every state has an open market, and those plans are offered by the government but are managed by the private commercial insurance companies. And those plans also are determined by your income. If you do not qualify for Medicaid based on your income, if you're a little bit over, then that means that you will qualify for most likely the ACA. You would go ahead and fill out your tax information, your dependents, and from there you would see which plans you would qualify for. Now, I want to take a step back and go back to commercial insurances, because commercial insurance really does determine a lot of the policies that we see out in the market. Like I said, the ACA also uses commercial insurance to go ahead and offer private plans to us regular folks. Medicaid also goes to commercial insurance plans to help regulate and manage a lot of our policies that we see every single day. And as we age, we go ahead and enter the world of Medicare. Now, I do have a video explaining in full detail what Medicare is and what they offer. Right here, it's just going to be a brief overview of how you age from these programs into Medicare. With Medicare, you get Medicare Part A and Part B, which is known as traditional Medicare. And I will link the video to Medicare here. I don't know what corner it will be in, but it will be in one of the corners of this video, so you can go ahead and see that deep dive into Medicare. But typically, the Social Security office will grant you Part A and Part B if you make it to age 65. Now, there are ways that you can qualify for Medicare prior to the age of 65, but for the sake of the video, we're going to talk about, let's say that you aged into Medicare. So Medicare A and B will be granted to you at age 65 as long as you meet the qualifications. Now, A and B, as written here, you only get hospital and ancillary covered. For Part D, you would go to a commercial insurance private company to give you your medication. Now, this only covers these three portions. These commercial insurance companies also offer dental, vision, hearing plans. And this is something to keep in mind when you have a commercial insurance policy below when you're not 65, because HMOs and PPOs and EPOs do not typically include dental, vision, hearing. That is a separate plan that you will have to purchase on the side. Now, another policy that commercial insurance companies do sell are Medicare Advantage plans. And these Medicare Advantage plans includes HMOs and PPOs. And within the HMO policies of a Medicare commercial insurance Medicare Advantage plan includes your primary care physician, a dental, vision, hearing, and a medical group or IPA, interchangeable words. With a PPO, it includes your dental, vision, hearing that is managed from a commercial insurance company regulated by the federal government. The final product that commercial insurance companies offer to us clients, little special shout out, would be Medigap or Medicare supplement plans. This is also a collaborative insurance policy that accompanies your A and B that is also regulated by the federal and private insurance plans to give you coverage for your Part A deductible, the 20% Part B copay, and they can offer additional coverage such as some vision, some hearing. I personally have not seen that much offered for dental, but that may change in the future whenever you're watching this video. And with that said, these Medicap plans, you would have to purchase a Part D separately because it does not cover medication. And like I said before, some Medigap plans offer some coverage of vision or hearing, but not all of them do. So you may have to go out of your way to also get a separate dental, vision, hearing plan. And that is how you age in to Medicare, coming from commercial insurance and potentially having Medicaid. And for me, since I'm in the state of California, it's called Medi-Cal. There are opportunities where you can qualify for both Medi-Cal, Medicaid, and Medicare at the exact same time, which means the state goes ahead and pays for your Medicare, and they offer additional coverage and cover for any bills that Medicare cannot offer. You have the opportunity to combine your Medicaid and Medicare in a Medicare Advantage plan. So there are just different policies and different ways that you can manage your healthcare insurance so that you, the client, will go ahead and maximize the amount of coverage you have in terms of your hospital or ancillary services, medication, or dental, vision, hearing. It all depends on how you manage your care, or if you trust your Medicare or insurance advisor to guide you in the right steps. But overall, that is it. That is our U.S. healthcare insurance explained. So what did you think? That was insurance from beginning of life to end of life. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Share this video with anybody who wants to get a little bit more information. I spent 2 decades in this industry collecting, putting together, simplifying so that you don't have to. Please comment below on what future videos you would like to see from this channel for me to simplify. Other than that, if you need any additional services, click in my description down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much, you guys. Bye-bye.